Hello, welcome back to Blender Sushi Live Noding. In this episode, I want to go back to Blender 2.79 because I want to have a look at Sverchok add-on. There are a couple of new nodes actually still being developed. This one, Merge Mesh 2D, actually just been added and into Blender 2.79 Sverchok add-on. Currently, it's being ported for Blender 2.80. But yeah, again, this is Blender 2.79 and I will look into some of new nodes in Sverchok. So yeah, let's go to node editor. Here's Sverchok and there's the new nodes called Merge Mesh 2D. This is especially the one I've been waiting for. So these nodes basically merge two 2D meshes. So it's 2D meshes. So any kind of shapes, and it's gonna try to find a cross intersection lines that's that's kind of overlapping, and then you can kind of mask whatever in between. So it's quite a complex nodes, but it's very interesting and I really okay. This one is actually really cool. If you boolean a lot of shapes, it will try to find the intersections. Yeah, lots of really great example here. But let's just have a look. We have the viewer draw with Blender 2.79, so we can actually have, for example, like a plane, and I will be using circle. Use the polygon face, not the edge, and let's see the result. Okay, so they are overlapping, right? And we can kind of change the shape of the plane. Let me save this very quickly. Merge mesh 2D. If I simply bake it, what we're gonna have is a single shape. And if I go to edit mode, we have a couple of different faces, and they're actually pretty clean. Even though they are overlapping, they're clean, and they're a clean 2D shapes. Okay, so we can, for this guy, for example, let me center the plane, and I can resize the plane. If I bake this once again and go inside in edit mode, I can extrude, and yeah, the result is pretty clean. So this is really nice. I think this part, yeah, it's okay, not too bad. But basically we can make like random shapes, and this guy we can also mask. We have mask A and mask B. Okay, masking is always something that's slightly difficult to understand, but let's say we have face data here and we mask it, and let's see. Okay, we have the mask. Yeah, I think this is kind of working. So one is masking the one that's inside. So it's almost like Boolean, almost, but slightly different as well. And there's a, if you see the stray vertices, you can actually clean that up by using delete loose. Okay, so that's a bit cleaner. So mask A, mask B. I haven't tested out. I haven't tested out this Merge Mesh 2D properly. This is my first time using it. Since this is Blender 2.79, right click is still select. So it's interesting. Yeah, I think hopefully this get ported into 2.80 very soon. But let's take a look at some of the examples. It says there's also output mask which represents belonging new faces to input meshes, and we can use this logic to get the mask. Very interesting. Same algorithm as intersect edges. Okay, this is a good example. Definitely need to recreate these nodes. This one is the one that's kind of random. How do you, maybe you need like a, maybe you need a loop to do this. But if you want to have like just random shapes, you can always duplicate this and maybe use n-gon. So two different n-gon, different color. Two n-gon random. Let's randomize. Let's hide this guy. Different seed. Oh, we can see they're overlapping, but we're already using the mask here. That's why we don't see any result. There we go. The edges can be of different color. Okay, so we have two n-gon with random shapes, and we can randomize the seed. So it's good to make a lot of random 2D shapes. And if you, so this is just a simple basic setup. If you can loop this or do this multiple times, let's try. Randomize shapes, and also turn on n-gon. So let's see what kind of shapes you're gonna get. I have a feeling we can actually use these nodes to generate some kind of puzzle. So because this is Blender 2.79, if you just draw shapes using grease pencil and make cut like that, you could in general make a puzzle. But probably with the cutter, everything needs to be kind of connected. So I'm gonna try that on the next video. For now, I think we can leave it at this. So sometimes if it's too complex, it gives an error, so it cannot generate the face. But something like this seems to work. And you can probably separate every faces and then kind of solidify. And that's actually interesting. How to separate every face. Shift F3. Okay, I completely forgot the shortcut for Blender 2.79. We can always use Sphere Choke Polygon Boom to separate every face. If we bake it, we have now 12 objects. and they are all separate. So it's interesting. It's very powerful nodes. Probably have to use this in tandem with Blender 2.80. 2.79 seems like years ago. It's actually not long ago. So with, let's say with this object separated, we can also random extrude. Extrude separate faces, I think, or actually use solidify. Solidify in Sverchok is actually really interesting. You can randomize the height, so the thickness, random number generator, float, so 12 different face, and randomize it. Okay, we need a random seed. Okay, range integer, random seed, plug into the seed, 12. Okay, that's a little bit more interesting. So it's upside down, however. This always seems to be the case. Okay, and bake, and we have this building. Okay, so I guess it's really fun. Definitely something to try if you're not afraid of Blender 2.79. I've been using Blender for almost 10 years now. Okay, actually maybe only 5 years, but it was Blender 2.79 before. Now everything is Blender 2.80. But they work. However, they both work. So if you save Blender 2.79, something like this, and then you try to open it with Blender 2.80, you will see that it will work anyway. So desktop, merge mesh. So Sverchok nodes still there. Everything broken, but the shapes is there. We can use random color, matcap, cavity. So yeah, you can make generator using nodes, using older Blender, and then open it in Blender 2.80. Everything still works. You can just delete Sverchok nodes. There you go. Very nice setup. I think it's almost like you have two different apps that's working together. Yeah, I definitely have to study these nodes a little bit more. I like to see this working with Grease Pencil. This node is really powerful. Look, thanks to Durman. Okay, definitely I need to try this. Character creation. Wow, it's amazing. All right, I might make a couple of videos just to talk about these nodes. All right, thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.